What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Raven in Real Life, where I try to show you all of the best and brightest in Columbus and the whole Chattahoochee Valley area. But today we're going to talk about big ideas, bright ideas. What are we going to talk about?
A little bit of everything. Ideas worth spreading.
Ideas worth spreading.
Yep.
So I'm sitting here with my friend Alap Shah.
Raven, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah, you are the man about town that has brought TEDx to us.
I don't know about the man about town, but I am privileged and happy to bring an event to Columbus, which I think everybody can benefit from.
Yeah. Well, before we go into that,
Sure.
I just want to know a little bit about you.
Yeah. Well, been in Columbus since 2002, doctor by trade, and essentially now I've committed my life and passion to help bring the community together. I'm also in consulting and whatnot, but for the most part, I've sort of pretty much diverted all my focus on trying to get community events together, help other professionals, networking, and that type of thing. So hence the reason why I'm doing this.
Okay. So what was the first thing that made you just jump into the idea of TEDx specifically?
So I think TED, if you know about TED Talks, which a lot of people now do, of course, it's been around for a while. It basically does resonate with a lot of people, especially if they're going through a tough time. Myself, I went through a tough time. I found TED to turn to, found a lot of inspiration, motivation, and more importantly, I felt like this is something that every person can use. You learn from other people's experience, good or bad, and you let the world know about it. And it's because we all can't live those experiences. If we go to a TED Talk, listen to these talks, we take these little tad bits and pearls away, and we apply it to our own lives. Hence the reason I felt like, okay, we need to bring this to the community in Columbus. We don't have anything like this. We have different platforms to speak on and whatnot, but we don't have anything where we can learn from each other. And you know, now more than ever, the world needs human connection. It needs networking, it needs human connection, it needs ideas worth spreading, and that's what TED is all about.
Yeah.
Basically, it's people describing their experiences and how it's applied to their lives, what they've learned from it, but more importantly, what you can learn from them.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big reasons why I'm doing this.
So do you have a favorite one?
You know, I've had quite a few. There's one specifically. I mean, Simon Sinek is always great.
Mm-hmm.
Brene Brown's another good one. There's a bunch of good ones, but really the small ones, the tiny ones, not the big speakers. Those are always awesome.
Yeah.
Because these people don't have the opportunity to get on a platform and speak about their experiences. So when they take that time to do that with TED, they go all out.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these professionals, they do it all the time, right? I mean, it's great. You learn, you read their books. So it's nice to hear from them, but the ones that come from local people,
yeah,
I gotta say that's the one that is gonna resonate the most.
You had some amazing ones in the last event that you had here. So can you tell me a little bit about that last event?
Yeah, so basically once I decided to bring TED to Columbus, I had to apply for a license, and that's no easy task. It's not like going to the DMV and getting your driver's license.
Yeah.
You have to go to TED platform, tell them why you wanna bring it to your town. What is the reason? Why are you doing it? And then you have to go through a whole application, which is about 6 months long. And there's a lot of constant back and forth about what you can call your event, how you can run it. You can't have a large event at first. It's got to be a very small event. Hence the reason we only had a 100-person event back in November of last year, of 24. It went great, and it was phenomenal. We called it TEDx Bib City.
Yeah.
Some people may know about it or hopefully attended it. But now, of course, after that successful event, I'm like, okay, well, let's bring even a larger event. And so I reapplied for the licensing and eventually got TEDx Columbus State U, or Columbus State University.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's huge. And so we have collaborated now with Columbus State University, and this event's going to be coming up, and we'll talk about more of that in detail. But in order to have the big TEDx Columbus, Georgia, I had to have at least one or two successful smaller events.
Yeah.
So this next one's going to have anywhere between 300 to 400 people. But again, we'll get bigger and bigger and better, have more speakers come to even the larger ones after this. But TEDx Columbus State U is a reality now.
I'm telling you, one of these days I am going to try out.
I've been trying to get you to apply. Yeah. In fact, I remember when TEDx Columbus State U got approved, I sent you a message.
Yeah.
And I think I said, hey, and then you even replied back and you said, hey, just want to be in the loop. What's going on? And I said, it's coming out. Hang tight, hang tight. When it did, I sent you a message.
I messed up.
You didn't mess up. But I mean, listen, it's just the second of many to come. And so the nice thing for sure is that there's always going to be other opportunities. TED is one of those things where they're ran all across the country, if not world.
Yeah.
And it's nice because if you can get on that stage, overcome that fear of speaking about your experiences, you can take that, grow from it, and then maybe take it to a bigger height.
Yeah. And my whole, The thing that I'm really on right now is proximity, how your proximity to greatness and positivity and all that, it definitely affects you. So what about people who want to be in proximity with this event? What else could they do if they're not?
Well, I mean, look, your circle of influence is huge, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes down to proximity, when you're in this town and you're known as a TED speaker, other people recognize that and they can take that, and then now you can help your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can help a local business. They can learn from you. Maybe you'll inspire some other person to come out and speak at the next one.
Yeah.
So it's all about impact, which is what I want to go over. The actual theme for this TEDx Columbus State U is impact. And what that means is how a small action or movement creates large effects. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's like impact theory, butterfly theory. You may have heard of that, where a butterfly flaps its wings in Thailand, but we get a hurricane over here, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about that cause and effect. Well, that's the whole concept behind TEDx Columbus State U. In TEDx Bib City, we had reinvention. That's what it was all about. I had to reinvent myself. I said, that's a perfect theme to have the first TEDx.
Absolutely.
And so we have people on stage that went through a reinvention. You know, they went through something in their life and they found a new identity. They came out 2.0 and they decided to speak about it. This is all about impact. What have you gone through in your life or experienced that you can bring or some other people, get them to know about what happened and learn from it, because they may not have gone through that. So when you talk about proximity, impact is like that ripple effect. You throw a stone in the water and of course it's going to create the ripple, and now you're trying to help others.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So do you want to give a shout out to anyone in Columbus that you feel like has impacted you, that their ripple has really helped you along the way?
You know, there's not one specific person, and I got to say proximity as far as when it comes to our local community.
Yeah.
I think our leaders, I think our local business owners, I think everybody is really tight when it comes to helping each other out. And you can see that, you can feel it when you're an entrepreneur, when you're actually like a startup Columbus or something of that nature. There, you can see how everybody's trying to pick each other up, and that impact is felt. But when it comes to what has inspired me, it's not only the local community, but it's also, again, like going to TED Talk or going to other different types of conferences where you pick up bits and pieces from everybody. It could be a podcast, Raven in real life. It could be something you're listening to, something that somebody, a book that you read, you know, and there's a quote. I mean, that to me is what inspires me. But more importantly, I think people don't have enough of that in their lives. And things like a TED event, which is an event people can attend and actually sit there and listen to it. It's not like going to watch a play or watching a movie or seeing a concert. Those are all great, but they're very temporary, right? I mean, you're taking something away and maybe something will move you, but when you listen to a talk and you pick up away little bits and pieces and pearls, you can apply that to your life.
Absolutely.
And that is where I feel like inspiration comes from. And I can't tell you, like after the first one, so many people reached out and said, when's the next one? When's the next one? I'm ready. I want to talk. Yourself included. And so that's great because you can see the ripple effect, the impact, and what it's done.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what happens after this one, because now that we're going to have more and more people attend this one, it's going to take it to the next level.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And people are going to look as if this was just an overnight success.
Right.
How wrong is that?
It's that whole thing where people think I've had overnight success, but it only took me 10,000 nights to be able to get that, right? That's what most athletes say. That's what people who are very successful say. They don't see all the hard work, the journey that it took. They see what's at the final destination, and they say, oh, well, you're rich, or you're successful, or you're lucky. Yeah. But what they don't see is all the time, effort, energy that was spent getting to that point. And again, it's all about just brick on brick on layering and creating these opportunities where I think you can learn from it and get bigger and better.
Yeah, that's my thing, is when people do say the stuff that I've done is lucky, luck looks a whole lot like work to me, because it took a lot of work.
It does. And luck is the result of preparation, right?
So where is this going?
You know, my goal is, especially for this town in Columbus, I feel like we need to become more progressive. Yeah. And we are definitely more progressive, at least since I've been here. You know, I'm not even born and raised from here, but that being said, just from growing up these last 20 years or plus here, I've seen the progress. Yeah. And I feel like that if we can create an organization that allows people to come to and express their ideas, whether it's art, music, speech, experience like TED, it's going to make us a stronger community. My goal is to develop an organization that we can bring these events, and not only just local events, but we want to have them on a more of a national scale or a state scale. I got to say, like the TEDx license, we're like only the second, maybe third city in Georgia to have it. Of course, Atlanta's going to have them, right? We already know that.
Yeah.
But there may have been one in Savannah, maybe in Augusta. UGA Athens, I think, had one. But Columbus, Georgia is now on the map for having TED. And we're going to have it forever. I mean, I've already spoke to Columbus State. They're going to keep doing this TEDx Columbus State every year. And that's going to be more for their students. Now, whoever wants to go to it and apply to it and speak to it can do so. But what that's going to do is it's going to open an arm for students to be able to express their ideas and thoughts. So that's going to be fantastic. Cool. Columbus State's been wonderful. They're in kind one of the biggest sponsors for this event, obviously being TEDx Columbus State U.
Yeah.
We're going to be using the Riverside campus over there on in downtown or uptown, whatever you'd like to call it. It's going to be January 15th, 2026.
Okay.
And like I said, the tickets are already up for sale. And I would love for each and every person, students, non-students, we're faculty, the local leaders, the community, and the average everyday Joe, Schmo, and Betty to come to this event. Because I don't think people in Columbus really know about TED.
Yeah.
And the ones that do, they've heard it. Oh yeah, I've heard TED Talks, but they don't really know what it's about. Something it's not for them, but believe it or not, it's for everybody. It's
definitely for everybody. I am so against the idea that there is a thing of toxic positivity, which we're not going there.
Right.
But if you have not delved into,
Delve's a word.
Correct.
Yeah, that works.
With an ED?
I believe it's a word.
We'll go.
If not, we'll go with it.
If you haven't delved into the world of TEDx or TED, do it. And you can start by actually going to YouTube and typing in TEDx Bibb City and see a couple of the ones from last year. My favorite was the, junior high principal or teacher?
Dr. Lawrence, yes. He was great.
Him.
He was great. He gave it a phenomenal speech where he compared I can't remember if it was a middle school or high school cafeteria and how it applies to the real world.
Yep.
And his experience from just being at his job and occupation.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, because nobody can know that unless you're actually in that field, right?
Absolutely.
Just like I could say things about my field, you can say things about yours, but other people will not know that unless you talk about it, and then apply it to everyday real world principles.
Absolutely.
And that's what it comes down to. It's just sharing stories. By the way, all these speakers, everything that we're doing, it's nonprofit. Nobody's getting paid for it. Mm-hmm. Everything that we're doing to raise money, which we need money for this event. I'll go into that in a bit, but is going towards this event. We're actually a net zero is what I like to say, meaning everything that's raised has to come down to $0 at the end of the event. Okay. Otherwise, it's not going to be approved by TED. And that's highly regulated. We partnered up with Startup Columbus, who you've heard of, obviously, and they are managing all the funds. So it's not even me managing it. It's not TEDx managing it. It's a third party, so that can be regulated properly. So that being said, I mean, money-wise, when it comes to TEDx, it does cost a lot to raise it. I mean, it's just obviously the staging, the AV equipment, making sure it's recorded properly. We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have live music. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to have vendor tables that we're going to have to sell, or at least hopefully get sponsored. And it's not that expensive. We can have vendors from this community come out. We're providing tables. We're providing chairs. They can promote their products. They can promote their services for $150. Okay. And that allows you to set up a table at the event, see anywhere between 350 to 450 people walk through your doors and greet and meet them, and hopefully see what you're about in this town. And we're going to promote local businesses first.
That is, okay, let me just go ahead and make sure you guys realize how good of a deal that is, because most places are charging a $250 to $500 vendor fee just to have a table without a guaranteed audience at all. So if it's a rainy day or just for whatever reason people don't show up, you've still paid that money. This is guaranteed audience.
This is guaranteed audience. You're included a table, the opportunity for real estate in that space, but more importantly, you get a ticket to TED as well. Okay. So you get a chance to do your thing at the beginning, greet people when they first come in, and obviously everybody's going to be inside, so then you can go attend the event, and then you can come out a few minutes before it ends and then greet people when they come out.
Cool.
And you can have your merch set up, you can have opportunities to sell stuff if you want, but also just promote your business. Yeah. And like I said, we're really pushing local businesses first. So we're not going to have like a Sam's Club table or a Walmart table. We want a Ravens in real life table.
Yeah.
We want anybody that wants to promote their local business, we would love for them to come out. We have our website up. It's www.ColumbusStateU.org. Okay. And that also will have all the information available on there as well.
Okay.
For tickets, for vendors. And you can email, and of course emails will be responded, and we'll give you all the details.
Oopsies, you guys. We may have said that website wrong. So can you tell?
My fault. Yeah, we were talking to a pastor about TED, so I forgot about adding that to the website. So the actual website is www.tedxColumbusStateU.org.
Perfect.
Okay, got it.
My last two questions are, how can people help with the fundraising and the money? And then 2, do you already have your full team for everything that happens that night outside of speakers, or do you need volunteers for that as well?
Good question. So we definitely need volunteers. We'll be asking for those as we get closer to the event. Toastmasters of Columbus has graciously asked if they could help volunteer, which is amazing because it's in their wheelhouse of what we're doing. Mm-hmm. We do need, as far as when it comes to vendors, we obviously don't have that. We don't have enough raised yet for the event to go off. Let's put it that way. We're about a third at our goal. Okay, so we're getting there little by little. It's a slow climb. Last time we did this, it was up until literally 3 days before that we got it funded.
Yeah.
So every person that's involved in this has agreed to not accept any payments until after the event, which is great because then we don't have to cut any checks. Because they realize that we are trying to get this thing to net zero, and then they'll get paid after the event.
Yeah.
Okay. So the nice thing about it is that as long as we can continue to raise it, now we have selected our speakers.
Yeah.
We're excited to say now. As far as the names, it'll be on our website, and you can look them all up. I'm not going to go because there's at least a good 8 or 9 speakers. Some of them you know, and I'm happy to say majority of them are local. In fact, 90% of them are local, pretty much.
Okay.
We've dedicated a spot to a Columbus State University student, 1 or 2, some faculty members as well.
Okay.
And then the rest are local, everyday people
Local
talking about their
go-getters.
experiences. Local business owners, local go-getters, artists. I mean, it's just a sort of a great hodgepodge of people that we're all going to learn something from. And as you stated, our last event, we had anywhere from a teacher to a student from Atlanta to an attorney to somebody from Troy State. It was such a different variety group of people in one room that you normally would never be able to hear from.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's going to be a great event. It's a Thursday night, January 15th. Hopefully everybody comes out. It's like I said, there's going to be some food. There's going to be drinks, entertainment. The pricing is affordable. And on top of that, you should hopefully walk away and learn something and take something that you can apply to your own life. And then say, hey, I can do this. I can talk about my experience, and I'm ready for the next one. Okay. And this is something that we're going to do as long as we can continue it. As long as Columbus continues to support us, we're going to continue to do this because it's just a good, wholesome family event that, I mean, I had my son attend and he said he took away something from it, and he's only a junior in high school. And so if we can open this opportunity for the younger generation, maybe we can get them off TikTok for a little while to at least listen to something.
Maybe.
and maybe realize that there's a whole world out there that other people are experiencing, and maybe I can do this too as well.
Well, I want to thank you and tell you how grateful I am that you have brought this to Columbus, because I know there's things people don't like, but I'm so proud of this city and seeing the changes throughout my life of how it's became an arts town and a food town, and now it's going to be known for the speakers. We have so much talent here, and we're the second biggest by population city in Georgia.
Yeah.
We should have had this stuff going a long time ago, but
and I got to say,
you.
don't thank me. It takes a whole village to make this thing work, right? As Oprah said. And it has worked. We proved it in November of last year, and it's going to work again this time as well. I mean, the government's behind us, the mayor's behind us, everybody's behind us on this. So it's definitely something that I feel like it's going to continue as long as people continue to support it, and as long as we can get it covered cost-wise, we're good, because these events are completely nonprofit, and we don't make any money off of it. And I think going forward, I think people understand that, and as the word gets out, they're going to continue to support it.
It's going to be amazing. So. Any last thought from you?
No, I thank you for supporting us. I know you're a big TED fan, and again, for anybody that doesn't know TED, if you have something that you're dealing with and you feel like you need some inspiration or motivation, please go to the TED platform. I mean, it's got, I don't know how many million of followers on YouTube. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions. And all you got to do is put a topic in and put in TED, and you're going to find speakers nationally, internationally, locally. You'd be surprised. Speak about something that may touch you, and then something you can take away from it. And the nice thing about these talks, they're short, right? Some of you may not know this. TED Talks are no longer than, at the longest, 17 to 18 minutes. Some of them are only 5 to 10.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting in front of the computer or your phone for a long period of time. what you're doing is you're getting the highlights of somebody's experience.
Yep.
And hopefully you can walk away from it and take something from it. And I encourage you to do that, especially prior to coming to the event, so you know what it's all about.
Well, Alap, I think that you summed that up wonderfully.
Thank you.
And until next time, you guys, this was Raven in Real Life, podcast, TV show, radio show, all the things. Love you. Bye.